Good morning, Sheila. How are you today?
Good morning, Wayne. I'm super. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic today.
Yay.
Yay! Yes. And welcome everyone to 27 Minutes with Sheila and Wayne, where we explore the fascinating world of verbs and their impact on our daily lives. Join us each week as we delve into the different ways that verbs shape our language and influence what we do, as Sheila and I are attempting to make a positive difference in our world, one verb at a time. And Sheila, what might our verb be for today?
Today's verb is called a linking verb because it's a bridge between what is and what could be. I think of it as an aspirational verb. It is to become.
Ooh, to become. Okay.
Right.
And and ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 178.
Wow.
I can't believe it. And it's so fun. Still so fun. Yes.
Yay.
Sheila, how can our listeners contact you with questions and or comments?
Oh, thank you for asking. I can be reached at zekeandsheila@yahoo.com.
And I can be reached at Wayne at mindsyncing.com. And for you newcomers, mind syncing is spelled MINDSYNCING.com. So to become, do you have any definitions for us?
I'm going to turn the definitions over to you.
You know what? I only have four. I know. I know.
Whoa.
I know. I,
Whoa.
I know. It's kind of like I didn't do my job here, but I four. And here's the first one.
Okay.
To start to be. Second one,
Oh, okay.
to cause someone to look attractive or to be suitable for someone.
Hmm.
The third one, to come into existence. And the last one that I have, to undergo change or development. And do you have any others, or did what? Do
I
you?
have no
You
others.
have no
You
others.
you
Okay.
got you got one more than the ones I found.
It was almost definition light there when I
Yeah,
looked up
it's a pretty
become.
straightforward word, I think.
Absolutely, it's one of those that's not as utilitarian as other
Good
verbs that
point.
we have used. So
That
yes,
being said, I did find it hard to narrow down a topic or a range of topics with this verb. How about you?
did you? Oh, I found it fun
Oh,
because
good. Okay.
it was exciting. It was exciting
Oh, good.
because I have become so many things.
Yes, you have. I
I
thought of you actually a lot as I was looking at this.
I've had many jobs, and it was just fun. And I honed in on one avenue because I read serendipitously as I was looking for something else. Oh, this other topic popped up, and I
Great.
ran across an article written by Ashley Watts,
Okay.
and it's titled "10 Compelling Reasons Why You Should Be Consider Becoming a Teacher." And,
Oh,
and as you know, I was a teacher, and I
yeah.
I just thoroughly enjoyed her article, so I pasted her article into my notes here, and I said, well, let me think about that. And because I was a teacher once, and um, I I answered my question, well, why did I become a teacher? And
Uh-huh.
it mirrored a lot with what she said. And I have some things in there that are different. So at the end here, I'm going to do not my pro tips,
Okay.
but I'm going to do my personal, individual, unique reasons
Nice.
why I became a teacher or why I
That
wanted to
sounds
become a teacher.
cool. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
All
So
right.
so there. And I don't. And ladies and gentlemen, we don't do this all the time. Bring our personal effects into play. But today it was warranted because
Yep.
oh my goodness, it was reasons I wanted to become a teacher. So there we go.
Cool.
Yes. All right. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and start with Ashley's article. Is that okay?
I think that's a great idea. Go ahead.
Okay, so 10 compelling reasons why you should consider becoming a teacher. And this is off of her website, the CTEEC, which is Connecting to Empower Educational Change.
Okay.
And she says, or I say, she listed the top 10 reasons to be a teacher. She says, I wanted a career that allowed me to help people. Number two, I had amazing teachers growing up. Number three, she says, I love picture books. And here's one that I found just fun. She said, so I imagine who she was teaching. she says, every day someone said they love me.
Oh.
The amazing pictures, presents, and cards that she got.
Hmm.
And she says, I really love hugs. And I can just see the little students hugging her and she
Yeah.
just enjoying that. She says, I get to work with like-minded people.
Mm.
I get to be creative every day.
Mm.
And she says, I get to stay active at work. And and here comes one of my favorite subjects in school was recess. Here comes her favorite thing: sweet, sweet summertime.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, gosh. So I found this article very, very becoming because she talks about key reasons why individuals are drawn to teaching include, and I will read these four and then I'll turn to
Okay.
you, my friend.
Okay.
She says, influencing future generations.
Hmm.
Yes. Sharing knowledge. Three, creating a positive environment. And that's what we're trying to do with our podcast, right?
Yes, we are.
Making the world a positive place, one verb at a time.
Hmm.
And she says, building relationships, all of which are just really cool if you think of it.
Hmm.
And in the purest forms, no political reasons, no hidden agendas, just, you
Hmm.
know, all those things that are just good for humanity, for mankind, for the world. I just loved her article. I really did.
Yeah. Can I add another benefit, which maybe you'll talk about in a few? But um, I worked within a school system for a while, although I was not a teacher per se. But they are so good at celebrating beginnings and endings.
Oh, yes.
So to live life with a mindset towards celebrating is really fun.
I got ice cream.
Yay.
I'm going to
Good.
do ice cream after this podcast. I'm going to
Oh, that's a great
celebrate.
way to
Yes.
celebrate. Good.
So, how about you? What did you come up with?
I'm going to start with a couple of quotes that I got that really made me pause and think. I like a good quote in that respect.
Okay.
The first is Winston Churchill, who said, before I read this one, I'm going to tell you, I come from a family who have a strong worrying skill, good at worry. I've got some good worriers in my family.
Okay.
So, Winston Churchill said, let our advanced worrying become advanced thinking and planning.
Oh,
So I liked that way of turning
yes.
around that little skill, if you will.
Yes.
Les Brown said, don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. And I really liked that as we think about becoming our authentic selves.
I met Les Brown a couple of
Did you
times.
real? I think you've mentioned that
I
once
did mention that
before.
because he was in. I'm not sure if he's still in it, but we were
Uh-huh.
in the organization called NSA, the National Speakers Association,
Ah,
and going around the nation with conferences and things. And I ran into Les a
sure.
couple of
Yeah.
times. He's a very, very powerful motivator. He really is.
Well, he's also in the NQA, which is the National Quotes Association, because
Ah,
they're
okay.
because he does that. I just made that up. Okay, finally, Colin Powell, who we all know and respect. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work,
So true.
which probably is going to be a theme throughout our talk here too.
I think so.
So, thanks for letting me go down that path. Do you have a few more points from Ashley?
I do. As a matter of fact, she says key aspects of educators' impact. It's an academic achievement. And what she says is teachers provide the foundation for students' academic journeys, equipping them with essential knowledge and skills. She says there's a social development.
Hmm.
Educators teach interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence, helping students navigate social dynamics. And as I was reading that, I'm thinking, okay, now how does that play into the social media that's going on now, where individuals, I'm not going to say kids, because
Hmm.
there's a lot of people on social media, but they are no longer drawn to those social kinds of groupings other than
Mm.
there being, I don't know, just singularity on the net.
Mm.
And I have read a couple of the what do they call them? Influencers, where
Yes.
where they have millions of followers and they're still lonely.
Mm.
And I go, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yes, gosh, because you're out there interacting with the internet and not with people.
Right. Right.
Yes. Okay, anyway,
My five followers and I talk about that a lot.
do you?
Yeah, yeah, I have five.
I have two. So you got more than me.
Well, one's my mother, so
Oh,
okay.
well, okay.
One's my golden retriever.
And I got to tell you, one of my two is me. So,
Excellent.
and number three, she says, encouragement of diversity. And she says, by promoting inclusivity, teachers prepare students to thrive in a multicultural
Mm.
world,
Hmm.
which is so important these days because the
Hmm.
world is so small because of technology.
Right.
And so I'm I'm going to use the word crowded because of technology as well.
Okay.
Because if you go to the airport, I mean, gosh, it's just
Uh,
crowded with all kinds of people, big ones, tall ones, small ones, round ones, yellow ones, polka dotted ones, and green ones, and plaid ones, you know?
right. Right.
Yes. And so inspiring future leaders. And that's, I took that one to heart. She says, great educators motivate students to pursue their passions, fostering the next generation of leaders and innovation. And I thought, yeah, I liked all of those. So I'll turn to you. We have 16 minutes left. Oh my goodness, I'm talking
Whoa.
way too much here.
I don't think
So,
so.
okay.
I went down, one of the paths I went down is just plain fun, and that is words that became eligible for inclusion in the dictionary in 2024.
Okay.
So, bed rotting is one, which means staying in bed all day and doing whatever you want to do. Another one was cozy. It's a new genre of books. It's the a soft mystery, similarly romantasy, a romantic and a fantasy book. Raw dogging is starting an activity fully unprepared. Delulu is utterly unrealistic. And let's see, what are some others? Chef's Kiss now is officially, I think that one is self explanatory. Brain rot is spending too much time on social media. Just, I really like learning new words.
Yes.
So there we go.
Okay.
And now we'll get back to you
Well, and you know where those words are going. They're
on our
going on
list.
our list.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like Delulu.
Oh man. One day we got to just do a podcast on the list that we have.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, we
All
might
right.
need three.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
Delulu too. Yes. Okay. So now those were all of Ashley's, and now the rest are going to be mine. Again, my
Okay.
individual reasons why I became a teacher. And I've really done about 7 or 8 kinds of jobs,
Hmm.
and one of them was teaching, and it was just really really fun. But here we go.
Okay.
Much like Ashley was suggesting, I wanted to make an impact. And two, I wanted to share my excitement for curiosity and how it could impact what you choose to do. Because I remember I had some amazing teachers as well, and those who it was almost like mystical,
Oh.
magical, the way that they would broach the topic, the way that they would teach the subject, the way that they would talk about how we can transition from students to becoming this kind
Hmm.
of a thing,
Hmm.
was almost mystical and magical to me. And it just impacted me so, and I wanted to pass that curiosity on because I've had some teachers.
Hmm.
I know I slept through some of their classes. I apologize to any of them who remember me sleeping. But I said I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I would never be a teacher like them. I
Right.
I wanted to. I wanted my students to always be ready and eye opening and curious
Yeah.
and asking questions. And so I continue on my list here. I wanted to be the best at what I did because no one wants to mimic mediocrity.
Right.
And in doing that, it helps to make what we do better, I think. I get chills even today with our podcast. I get chills each time I see the light bulbs go on and
Mm.
flash over one's head, to include mine,
Hmm. Hmm.
because my students taught me just as much, if not more, than I taught them or
Right.
attempted to teach them.
Right.
I love competition.
Yes, you
Now,
do.
now, now, how does that go into teaching? And I say, and to see individuals, including myself, exceed what is expected of us
Mm.
is is momentary bliss to me,
Mm.
which I
Hmm.
wanted to repeat over and over and over and over.
Cool.
I wanted to have those cool things, those cool feelings happen again and again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and you're going to like one of mine. You're going to like one
Okay.
of mine, and it's
All
coming
right.
up right now. It
Okay.
says, doing this blog with you, with Sheila, and looking at the many perspectives that verbs can shape our activities in a positive way is a dopamine rush for me.
Ah, all about the chemistry.
All about the chemistry, right? I said, here comes a sports metaphor.
Okay.
I always wanted the ball.
Yes.
Get it to me or give it to me and let me run with it because I will do great things with it. I always felt as a teacher that I was doing great things, and my students didn't. Sometimes they protested because I maybe gave them too much. And my students were graduate students; they were in
Right.
master's level courses. Um, and sometimes they protested because I gave them too much to read or gave them too much to think about. But
Hmm.
I always wanted to just spread that curiosity and excitement around, because as a
Yeah.
professor of graduate school, and even in the times that I was asked to do leadership development in businesses around
Hmm.
the nation, I get excited about critical thinking and using the Socratic method of
Hmm.
teaching. I
Hmm.
did that because I think it helped those in spaces I found myself in, to think critically and
Hmm.
learned how to apply it to what they did at work immediately.
And then you get to observe that light bulb.
Exactly. And they get to come back the next class and say how it worked or how it didn't work,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
which was really, really cool, as opposed to, being in grade X and you're going to learn something that you might use 10 years from now. I was helping them be critical thinkers today so they
Yes.
can go back to work tomorrow and employ that. I thought that was really, really cool. I loved
Yeah.
doing that. And I have two more, but I'm going to hold those off because I got to get you in there. It's 10 minutes left here. So I'm taking all the stage over here. Go ahead,
Well,
please.
I read a ton of articles, how to become the best this, how to become the best that, how to become this and that and the other. And finally, I thought, what do these all have in common? And so I narrowed it down to one article, which means, what does it mean that you're becoming the person you are meant to be?
Mm,
So this is Lachlan Brown, written in 2024. Lachlan said there is a profound difference between who you are, or excuse me, who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. And ideally, you want to become the person you're meant to be, but you can become other things too along the way. But it's a transformation in your journey of life that requires introspection. It's about shedding your old, no longer useful ways and embracing the new direction you're wanting to go in. And he said there are unmistakable signs that you are on that path. The first of his unmistakable signs is embracing authenticity. And that means you're here to be true to yourself and embrace your uniqueness, and don't try to be what everyone else is. Don't try to go where everyone else is going. Recognize that you're unique and honor that by remaining by respecting that and by
mm,
embracing that.
yes.
Number two, you start setting boundaries, like
Ha.
saying no,
No.
and prioritizing your own needs and taking care of yourself. And it's not easy at first, because in many homes, especially if there are a lot of kids, you're taught to take care of everybody else. I was going to say, actually, especially if you're a female in a household, take
Mm,
care of everybody else. But setting your own boundaries helps you regain control of your life, reduces stress, and creates healthier relationships.
okay.
Number three, increasing self awareness, which they say, Lachlan says, is one of the most critical aspects of personal growth. And as I look back at all those other becoming articles, knowing yourself, what motivates you, what you're good at, those kinds of things really make a difference. And Lachlan says the interesting thing is only about 10 to 15% of people are truly self-aware. Now, I
Hmm.
don't know how he defined truly self-aware, but there we go.
Really? Yes.
Right, right. Okay. Well, another way of saying it is like being the driver of your own car instead of being a passenger. So,
Okay.
self-awareness. Number four, you're practicing gratitude. And we've talked about this a lot, and here it shows up again. So, there must be something to it. And that is practicing gratitude. And it's not, I mean, it can be like taking a moment to appreciate a beautiful sunset.
Hmm.
It's an indicator that you're more aware of the blessings in your life. So,
Yes.
number five, you're not afraid of making mistakes, embracing failure, being comfortable with failure, because sometimes you don't take that step because you're afraid you might not do it right.
Okay.
But no one's perfect. I hate to break it to you.
Really?
No one is perfect. And
Uh-oh.
every mistake is an opportunity to learn more and improve. So, so making mistakes can be something you can embrace. I'm getting there.
I
Number
have a long way to go, but I'm getting
I
there.
know. Hey, I'm on the path,
Right?
okay? That's and I'm embracing that. I'm self-aware about that.
There
Okay,
you go.
letting go of the past. And this is a really big one. Not changing what happened, but changing the way you look at what happened and not forgetting or dismissing experiences, but acknowledging them, learning from them, and allowing yourself to move on. It can be painful and it can be challenging, but it's also very liberating.
It is.
Oh, go ahead. You were going to say
No,
something.
I was going to say I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, just
Okay.
yesterday,
Uh-huh.
about that very point, and we both agreed that yes, it's great to be from someplace,
Yep.
and we should always remember that we were in that place because that
Yes.
is our benchmark, our starting point,
Yeah.
and yes, so never forget where we came from.
No, and sometimes it can be your greatest strength in terms of helping and making an impact on someone else, which is what you were just talking about in terms of teaching. So
Yes, thank you
I've
for that.
just got a few more here. I'm going to skip seven because we've already kind of talked about it. Number eight, you're comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Ooh,
So I like that one because that's how you push yourself and face your fears and say yes to new opportunities, even though you've never done them before. Uh, Being ready to embrace discomfort. Number nine, and there are 10 total here. Number nine is striving for growth, not perfection. I tell
okay.
you, being a perfectionist can be so limiting. I have struggled with that myself. I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Are you?
Uh, and the trouble with perfectionism is you're not going to do it if you can't do it perfectly, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll
So
never get it done.
exactly.
You'll always tear it
Procrastination
up and
is
throw it
the,
away and start
yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
Okay, finally, number 10, you're living in alignment with your values. And having values and goals is a huge part of all of these how to become lists. And so when you start making decisions and taking actions that align with your values, you are living authentically or you're becoming more authentic. Anyway, I really enjoyed that because it was a good summary of all of those other articles.
I like
And
that.
also, I like the idea of becoming a better person. So there we go.
Yes.
Back
And
to your list. Yes.
I like setting boundaries and knowing yourself. You got to know yourself.
Well, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. You got to pay attention. Yeah.
You have to. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
My last two things really are
Yes.
just again my personal reasons why I wanted to become a teacher, and all of these apply with I think any career, any profession, anything we
Mm-hmm.
do, any activity,
Mm-hmm.
not just teaching, but these are mine. Okay, again, mine.
Yes.
So anyway, I have many, and while I was teaching, again, grad school, many of
Mm-hmm.
my students say, "How do you do that?" And I go, "How do I do what?" And when I was doing leadership development, some people came, how do you do that? And how do I do what? And
Right.
they say, how can you be as you are? And how do you know to do this? And how do you know to do that?
Mm.
And how do you, and I never really answered them, but I'm going
Uh-huh.
to answer them today, if you don't
Yay.
mind.
Please
Yes.
do.
Okay. So many hours in my basement at outside doing prep
Mm-hmm.
work, walking, thinking, talking, messing with this. Much like Olympic and professional athletes spend enormous
Mm.
amounts of time
Mm-hmm.
that the public hardly sees, if ever, if any.
Right. Right.
I'm down there practicing and performing and throwing things away and starting this over and not being the perfectionist, but saying that doesn't work and that doesn't hold it. And if it, and I used to do it with my son,
Uh-huh.
he was about 4 or 5.
Uh-huh.
If I couldn't hold his interest, I said, I cannot hold the class's interest.
Wow.
And so he would be sitting there and he would ask me questions and I go, wow, this
Okay.
okay, this is it. So I would do that. So anyway, I said, um, m- many times I can find you can find me thinking, doing, asking, watching, trying, rejecting, listening, connecting, compounding, building, establishing, and repeating the process each time. And I learned one lesson long ago.
Okay.
My biggest failure that I did, and boy, did I bomb big, but
Uh-huh.
I learned from that. Never believe that one size fits all because
Ah,
it doesn't.
yes.
And I will wrap that up with this last little thing because every time will and every time is unique, much like you said, and you must prepare for all of them as if it was the first time you've ever done
Mm.
it.
Hmm.
And I tried to incorporate that in all the things that I did for teaching or whatever. Um, and apparently it worked because most of my students enjoyed our classes.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, I put us through the paces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did. And any job I had, I tried to live by those kinds of things, by being excited about it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, asking me, okay, Wayne, how would you want somebody to teach this to you? How would you want somebody to do
Mm.
this activity with you?
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I'm looking at the clock. We have 1 minute and 27 seconds left. I'm going to leave it to you. I'm sorry leaving you so little time, but I will leave it to you, my
That's all
friend.
right. Actually, this has turned out to be a fun and thought-provoking verb. And thank you for sharing your list that you personalized about why you wanted to be and enjoyed being a teacher. And I kind of wish I'd been in one of your classes. So I've heard such great stuff from you about that experience.
You are
But
too
also,
kind. Too
thank you, folks,
kind.
for listening to us and becoming interested in our topics here. If you liked it and want to pass it on, we would so appreciate that. The link to the podcast. And in the meantime, have a great week. Thank you, Wayne.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Sheila. This is so much fun. Bye bye.
Bye bye.